If you're feeling sluggish in the weight room and you can't seem to get good pumps, you are not alone. I went through this myself, but I did find the answer to great workouts and great pumps, and it was not low testosterone. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fit After 50. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jay. I'm a workout enthusiast, competitive natural bodybuilder, and I'm in my 50s. In this video, I want to tell you how I overcame being sluggish in the weight room and how I was not getting good pumps when I was lifting, but I figured it out, and what I came up with and figured out may actually surprise some of you. If you have ever experienced what I'm talking about in this video, be sure to share it in the comments section below so that we can hear about your experiences, because what you have gone through could help someone else. A few years ago, I set a goal to lean down, and so I began cutting weight, meaning I was cutting fat. I had been lifting good and I had bulked up nicely, but I wanted to trim the fat and be more cut up. So I began cutting, and I started with cutting my carbohydrates. It was only a few days to maybe a week after I started this plan that I began to feel more sluggish in the gym. I had less energy, my pumps weren't as good as they had been, and I had even started to lose my mind-muscle connection that I had been having. My focus had seemed to get a little hazy. And so that was also slipping, and I thought, something is going wrong here, and I couldn't figure it out. But what I quickly realized was I had cut my carbs too low. I had gone from 375 to 400 grams of carbs per day to 75 to 125 grams of carbs per day, and I was feeling the difference. Now, you may not feel it if you cut your carbs that way, but chances are you probably are feeling it. When I was cutting my carbs, I found out this was not the answer to cutting fat, and actually this was hurting me from my goal of being able to cut fat while keeping and growing muscle. Yes, you can drop weight cutting your carbs. However, if your goal is a lean, muscular physique, you should not cut your carbs. And I know this is just taking a lot of people by surprise, but just hear me out on this. Without proper carb intake, you will, number one, have no energy. Number two, you will have no focus. And number three, you will have no fuel to build muscle. The fuel that you need to build muscle is glycogen, and that is made up when you bring in these complex carbs. Carbs, I know they get a bad rap because they are associated with donuts and honey buns and bread and cereal, but these foods are calorie-dense foods because they are extremely high in fat. But I'm talking about carbohydrates found in beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, rice, and other starches and so forth like that. And my mistake was I only thought protein intake was important. Proper protein intake is important, but equally important is your carb intake. See, what I realized is protein is great for building muscle, and carbs are important for prepping the muscle for building through proper exercise. Remember this, to muscle through a workout, you need fuel in the tank. Many studies have shown carbohydrates are the main source of energy, and this is the best fuel for your body. Remember, complex carbs take longer to break down, so don't wait to eat carbs 1 hour before your workout. Instead, keep your carb tank full at all times. Spread your meals out. If you do not have an app, be sure that you get an app so that you can track your macros, because you're going to want to see how many net carbs you're taking in. You're going to want to see your protein intake, and you're going to want to monitor your fat. These three are very important, and a good app will help you to do that. Now, carbs also provide the glycogen needed for muscle repair and muscle growth, just like protein. However, it's easier for your body to break down carbs for fuel than it is to break down protein. See, the key is to keep protein intake at 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight, and to also keep your carbohydrate intake at 1.5 to 2 grams per pound of body weight. For me, as an example, I weigh 220 right now, and I'm doing between 350 and 400 grams of carbs per day. Your situation may be different. You need to figure out what works for you. But I like to keep my carbs regulated so that my tank is always at the top level. It's always full. So remember this, when carbs are not available for fuel, your body will tap into protein stores, meaning the body will attempt to break down muscle for fuel. However, if you have carbs that are readily available, the body will use glycogen from those carbs, which just happens to be its preferred energy source. I hope this has helped you. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Until next time, go get fit.